Good morning. Today we will be talking about, can Rishi Sunak become the Prime Minister of United Kingdom? See, the birth charts of Rishi Sunak and the other candidate are not available. They are not authentic. But I am trying to take it from the Wikipedia and trying to analyze who could be the possible successful candidate. As far as Rishi Sunak is concerned, he is born on the 12th May 1980, 12:50 hours, and the ascendant is of Leo, which has got Rahu, Jupiter, Mars, Saturn retrograde and fallen. And it is the yogi point. When so many planets are there in the yogi point, and especially the Jupiter, is extremely powerful. And the Yoga Karka, Mars, the trine lords are together in the Lagna, and the Lagna lord is born in the 9th house in exaltation, and there is exchange between the Yoga Karka, Purna Yoga Karka, Mars and Sun. It clearly indicates, and then you just have a look the time at the time of the results. The Mars will be placed in the 10th house and Sun will be placed in transit. Sun will be placed in the Lagna, and the dasha of Moon Sun will be operative from the 9th of August. So it is clear cut, showing a very strong horoscope. We cannot discuss the Varga charts because the exact time may not be correct, but as far as the Lagna is concerned, it clearly shows that there is a possibility, strong possibility for him for coming in power. Let me read out the parameters. Leo ascendant rising, and the Lord of the ascendant placed Sun in the 9th house in exaltation and has exchange with Yoga Karka Mars, who is placed in the Lagna at the yogi point with 3 more planets. And Rahu also becomes Yoga Karka in this case. 4th house, Mars Lord placed in the Lagna as the Yoga Karka, and the Lord of the 4th house, which is the King's throne, is extremely beneficial for him, and Mars will aspect its 4th house from the 10th house at the time of the declaration of the results on the 5th of September. Mars and Jupiter, the lords of the trines in the Lagna. Rahu is Yoga Karka in the chart and transit Mars and Rahu over the natal Sun, Mercury and Moon, and Sun about to change the sign to Leo on the 16th August will bestow benefic results. Fortunately, the sub-period of Sun will start on the 9th August in the dasha of Moon, who is placed in the 9th house with Sun and Mercury. Moon is the 12th lord also, and it is 0 degrees, so it is weak. So when the planet is weak, then as a 12th lord, it will give a Viparit Yoga. Activation of Jupiter and Sun natal in the transit by Saturn bestows extremely good and powerful results. Even by this parameter in transit, a person can gain the lost regime. Example of Amitabh Bachchan, when he lost everything, and in transit when Saturn transited over Jupiter in exaltation in Cancer and aspected the natal Sun, he got his lost regime. So in case of Rishi Sunak, the activation of Jupiter and Sun is very powerful yoga for getting a higher pedestal and higher status in life. Transit Rahu and Mars over the natal Sun and Moon will bestow power and success. Mahadasha of Moon, who is Vargottam and in the 12th house at 0 degrees, gives Viparit Yoga and success placed in the ninth house. At the time of 5th September, Mars will be in transit in the 10th house and aspect the Mars in the Lagna and the three planets. Sun, the Lagna Lord in the Lagna, will attribute benefic results for him. As per the above 9 parameters, my prediction goes in favor even without looking at the chart of Liz Truss due to one very sensitive parameter due to the lunar eclipse falling in the chart of Liz Truss over the natal Mars at very close degrees and in the same nakshatra. And especially it has been observed when the eclipse takes place over the natal Mars of a politician or a high ranking person, then it is time for agony and pain. Mahatma Gandhi died, was shot dead, he was assassinated when the Mars in Libra was activated by the eclipse over it. So similarly, there were other cases. You take the case of Indira Gandhi, you take the case of John F. Kennedy, you take the case of Abraham Lincoln, and so many other cases. It has been observed that when the eclipse takes place over Mars in close degrees and in the same star, then it is fatal. As per the above 9 parameters, my prediction goes in favor of Rishi Sunak. But the chart of Liz Truss is also powerful. But the only parameter which is adverse is that this transit and this eclipse of the 8th November 2022, the future, even if she becomes the Prime Minister of the country, she has a very dark future for her security and health. So this is all, friends, I just wanted to discuss. The birth chart is not available for Liz Truss, and we can see for ourselves the planetary position. It is, so I am considering the moon sign. As per the moon sign, it is Aquarius, and the following parameters are important for the success for her becoming the PM of UK. There is exchange between Moon and Saturn, between the Moon Lord and the 6th house. Mars, the 10th Lord, with 11th Lord in the 3rd house. Transit Mars and Rahu over the 10th Lord and 11th Lord in the sign of Aries, the 3rd house from Moon. Mars will enter the 4th house after 10th August and aspect the 10th house. Here the Mars is going to aspect the 10th house. Whereas in case of Rishi Sunak, it will be in the 10th house. And this, in her case, we are only taking, we don't have the exact time, so we are taking the moon sign. And from moon sign, the Veda at the time of Veda on the nakshatras at the time of 8th November 2022 is most explosive for her. I will read out why. On 5th September, Venus and Sun will be in the 7th house over the natal Venus. The worst parameter is the eclipse over the 10th Lord Mars, degree wise, in the sign Aries in Bharani star. I have mentioned that the eclipse and the transit is explosive considering the past experience. Most critical parameters, as I have already mentioned, the eclipse is falling on the natal Mars is most venomous, as can be seen from the past. I have quoted about Mahatma Gandhi, President Abraham Lincoln, John F. Kennedy, Indira Gandhi. Now, in the Veda to the planets in the horoscope who are in Magha, Anuradha and Kritika may give damaging effects to her, since she has Ketu in Kritika, Rahu in Anuradha and Mars in Bharani. The natal moon is in Satabisha and the first, third, fifth and seventh nakshatra are bad as per Tara Chakra. Hence, Rahu in the 10th house from the moon is in the third nakshatra is malefic for the as per the lunar eclipse on the 8th November 2022. Also, Ketu in the star is the fifth from the moon star, and Venus is placed in this star, not favorable in transit, and especially in the eclipse of the 8th November. So even if she becomes the Prime Minister of UK, her future is bleak. Hence, it is clear that having Mars in the Aries sign very close to eclipse degrees and in the star of Bharini may be prone to obstacle hurdles of all types, especially for her health and security. It has been observed that the effects of the eclipse are even seen before it actually happens. So, 5th of September and 8th of November are not far, and it is the case of lunar eclipse, and the lunar eclipse gives the results immediately and even before the eclipse. Hence, I leave it here since both stand to reach the pedestal, but the future for Liz Truss is dark comparing with Rishi Sunak, and the chart of Rishi Sunak seems to be strong. Predictions for Liz Truss are valid irrespective of her time of birth, since Mars will remain in this sign Aries, and so as the other planets. So irrespective of the Lagna, this eclipse, the lunar eclipse, is going to play a very drastic role for her. So it is not good, friends. Even if she becomes the Prime Minister, she will have a fall. So in case of Rajiv Sunak also, the Saturn is fallen, and fallen planet connected to 10th house. When the dasha of or antardasha of Saturn comes, then that time will be a time for pain. But that is in the latest part, because now the dasha is of Moon Sun, then Moon Mars, then Moon Rahu, then Moon Jupiter, then Moon Saturn. So Moon Saturn dasha will be painful and may give some trouble to him in this tenure. So this is all, friends. I just wanted to share that predictions can be made even without the birth time, considering all the other parameters, especially the slow moving planets. They remain in their signs, and in the nakshatras there is hardly any change in the slow moving planets, and especially Mars here will remain in that Bharani star, so it is most crucial for her. So this is all, friends. I just wanted to share that it seems Rishi Sunak scores more in totality, although either one of them can become the Prime Minister. But as far as Rajiv Sunak is concerned, immediate there is no such major effect from the eclipse, because the eclipse is not falling in the 3rd, 5th and 7th nakshatra, and especially Mars. When the eclipse is over Mars, it is fatal. So this is all, friends. I just wanted to share. Thank you very much for listening to me. Have a good day. Bye bye.